On this episode, we're going over some random thoughts for growth going into 2023 that any and every real estate agent needs to know. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Massive Agent Podcast. I am your host, Dustin Brome, here in South Jordan, Utah, which is a suburb of Salt Lake, in case you were wondering. I'm here in my home office, my new studio. Super excited to be here. And I've got some random thoughts for you. Now, you may hear like, I don't want to hear a bunch of random shit. This stuff you do, okay? There's a bunch of notes that I've taken over the last 48 hours of things that agents need to know right now before you really start preparing and wrapping your head around 2023. Because if you don't have a solid foundation, if you're not thinking about things properly, if your perspective is fucked, then your 2023 is going to be fucked. And maybe it's not fucked. Maybe you do just fine. But what if you could have done 2 or 3 times better, sold 2 or 3 times as many homes, or doubled or tripled the average sale price of the houses you sell? I mean, I don't know about you, but wouldn't you rather have profit over production, right? If you could make twice as much money selling the same amount of homes or fewer homes, wouldn't you do that? Yeah, kind of important. The industry has such a hard on for production. Like, how much production did you do? How many units did you sell? How about how much fucking money did you make? How much money did you actually take home and make after you paid your broker, all the commission splits, all the stuff? How much do you actually make? That is important. And if you are listening to this podcast, I believe you believe that to be true as well. Now, obviously, one way to dramatically increase your profitability is to sell more homes, obviously. Now, you don't personally have to sell them. You could always have a team or another partner selling those homes on your behalf, right? There's lots of models out there that do that. My team is set up that way where I don't want to sell the homes. I want to help you sell the homes. I'm going to give you the homes to sell and you sell them. And I get a little teeny piece, and you get the big piece. So many different models out there. Anyways, guys, welcome to this show. I mean, how perfect is this? I told you there'd be random thoughts, and there's a bunch of random thoughts, but important shit. Going into 2023, you really need to have your finger on the pulse of what the hell is happening with the economy, with interest rates, with all the stuff, right? With the housing market. Is it trending towards a buyer's market? Is it trending back towards a seller's market? What does that look like in your local market? You need to have this information. To get the cheat code and just have the information given to you in a very easy to digest way, I've never seen any better source out there than Keeping Current Matters. KCM's incredible. And because we're partnered with the Broke Agent Media Network, shout out to BAM, we can extend to you the discount for Broke Agent Media listeners, viewers, readers, I guess all of the above, because it's a media network. You can consume it in all those ways. So go check out Keeping Current Matters. They give you these amazing graphs that just break down these complex things, and then you know how to communicate it to your clients. You could even share those graphics directly with your clients as long as you give some context and explain a little bit. You don't just want to send them, here's a graphic for you. But it's not just a bunch of gobbledygook. It's not just a bunch of bullshit that's hard to understand. It's really good stuff. It's a cheat code for agents. All you need to do is go to trykcm.com/BAM, trykcm.com/BAM, and check out Keeping Current Matters. They are freaking awesome. And while you're trying out awesome new things, you need to seriously, if you're planning on, I don't know any of you listening that are not already planning to have a better year in 2023. Like, hopefully you're like, I'm going to level up next year. Well, cool. But if you have the same old stale systems and platforms, it's really hard to level up now, isn't it? Like, you have one hand tied behind your back. You're swimming upstream. Insert analogy here. You're fighting a battle you don't need to fight if you have the wrong system. So what if you could just buy the systems, buy the platform that's, again, the cheat code to run your business, to run your whole business, to make sure that you have follow-up plans and drip campaigns and client notes and all this stuff and an actual app. Follow-Up Boss is the best in the industry. All the top teams in the industry are using Follow-Up Boss. Probably a clue. Success leaves clues. You can try Follow-Up Boss for free for 30 days. Just go to massiveagentpodcast.com/follow-up-boss. massiveagentpodcast.com/follow-up-boss. 30-day free trial. Keep your wallet in your pocket. Keep your wallet under your ass because they don't even ask for a credit card. Just 30 days. Go try it out right now. Guys, let's get into it. 2023, I think for most agents is going to suck. There's a stat, I believe it came from NAR, and I can't fucking find the article. I should probably try harder next time. But they're estimating around 40% of agents will leave the industry in this downturn. That's crazy, right? So if you're one of those 40%, this downturn isn't so good. But what about the 60%? The majority of you guys. You guys are going to see 40% of your competition leave. How is that bad? Right? That makes your job easier because it's usually the jokers, the part-timers, cousin Billy that just got his license last week who's taking the listings, right? Because they're obligated to give the listing to their family member. This market that we are in now and the market that we are going to be in for the next 12 months, 18 months, I don't freaking know. Something like that. It's going to be more than a few months. This market is literally what you guys were praying for back in, early 2022 and late 2021. You're like, oh my God, I'm so tired of all these other joker agents. Like, we need a purge. Interesting. Like, sometimes you need to be careful what you wish for because this is what it looks like. These are the conditions that create the purge, right? Now, don't let yourself get purged. And here's what you need. Here's what you need to know. Okay? I told you in the intro, the foundation. You need to have a solid mental foundation. Your perspective needs to be on point because if your perspective is fucked, you're going to be moving in the wrong direction. It's like following an outdated map that's going to take you in all these other ways that you don't need to go when that map is so old, but it doesn't show the new freeway that goes from point A to point B in 10 minutes, and you're going on all these side roads, roundabout, because the map doesn't show the new freeway. Okay? You've got to have the updated map. So get ready to update. Let's do this shit. I've been talking with my team a lot lately and our society members a lot lately about these two main pillars that you need to focus on, okay? There's a lot of different ways to implement these and do these, and you need to figure that out for yourself or go back to some of our previous episodes and we dive a little deeper. But there's two things that you need to increase moving forward in this market. You need to increase your visibility. How many people see you? How often do they see you? How many different places do they see you? You need to increase your visibility so you're seen more. And that's not just online, okay? It's not just in the news feed. You obviously need to show up on social everywhere, every day, as often as possible, because that's where everybody is. But it's not the only place they are, is it? They sometimes go to their kids' baseball game, and there's banners in the outfield, aren't there? Sponsored by State Farm Insurance. This agent with Coldwell, like, you could have your face there. Sometimes it's only 50 or 100 or a few $100 to have a banner put on the sidelines of the high school football field or the high school baseball field or something. Like, if that's all you're doing, that's a problem. Like, the reason why those things suck is if you're only doing those things, not very effective. But what if people see you in their newsfeed all the time? Then they go to their kid's game and boom, there's your logo, there's your face, there's your name, there's your brand in the outfield. And they're like, oh God, I see them everywhere online. Now I'm seeing them here. They must be really good. They must be huge. They think when you see a service provider everywhere, you think that they are the best. You think that they are number one. You think that they dominate the market, which gives credibility. So banners, you need to show up in people's mailboxes. Postcards, okay? Postcards, mailers, like that shit all works. If you're only doing those things, it sucks. Like, even the best letters will get like a 1% response rate, not a 1% conversion rate to clients, 1% response rate. And some of those responses are people pissed and bitching and calling to complain to you that you sent them a fucking letter. Like, these people are crazy. Like, on Tuesdays when you get all the Del Taco and the KFC and all the A&W coupons in the mail, do they fucking call KFC and bitch to the manager that, why are you sending me this shit? No. Well, these people might. But how strange is that? Anyways, people are weird. So 1% response rate on direct mail. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. It doesn't mean that it's not worth doing, but it's absolutely not worth doing as the only thing you're doing. You get what I'm saying? Direct mail, the banners, even like billboards. And hopefully you're doing like an electronic billboard, like Blip. I don't know if they have those in your area, but here in the Salt Lake area, I think Salt Lake, Boise, Vegas, like, the whole Intermountain West area, there's this thing called Blip billboards, and they're just like these electronic billboards, and you can pay like it's like pennies to have for like 7 or 8 seconds, whatever billboard you want show up. And you can pick exactly which billboard. So blip billboard, something like that. Here's the thing, guys. Understand, you need to be doing everything online, on social. You need to be creating videos. They need to be connecting with your audience. You need to be teaching them something. You need to have a great hook in the beginning. You need to keep it as short as possible. All of those things. Okay? If people land on your Instagram profile or go to your Facebook or go to your TikTok and they're impressed by what they see, that's one thing. Then they need to see you in other places. So increase the shit out of your visibility. But not only increase your visibility, the second thing you need to increase is your impact. Conversations. When you speak to somebody face to face, that is a much more impactful interaction than if they're scrolling through their newsfeed and see your face. Okay? It just is. Now, video is so fucking powerful because it's literally the next best thing to speaking one-on-one, face-to-face. It's actually more powerful in a way because you can have millions, potentially, see your video, whereas, I mean, it would take you how many decades to talk to 1 million people one-on-one? You know what I'm saying? But the impact of the one-on-one conversation is huge. So when you just are a normal human being, you're social, you go out, and I don't mean go out to the bars and the clubs and all that stuff. Like, if you're young and you want to do that, fucking awesome. Like, cool. That makes me tired just thinking about it as a 39-year-old elderly person, apparently. Now that I'm hearing myself, I sound elderly, like my pants are tied up to my, hiked up to my fucking chest with a big old belt. May as well have a cane. So, but next year, I'm not 40 yet. Anyways, so now that I sound like a fuddy-duddy and I sound like Clint Eastwood, get off my lawn, you do whatever you want, but get out there and talk to people. And I don't mean talk to them and say, hey, I'm a real estate agent. Call me for all your real estate needs. Please, for the love of fuck, don't do that, okay? Do not do that. That is needy. It's amateur. It doesn't work. What does work is just being a normal human being, creating relationships. And here's what's cool. Let me tie this all together for you, okay? When you have a conversation with somebody new at the grocery store, at your kid's soccer game, your kid's school, you meet one of the other parents and you're just talking, connect with them on social. Say, hey, are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook? Let's connect. Don't say a goddamn word about follow my business page or any of that shit. Just say, let's connect on social. And if you're already doing the right things to increase your visibility on all the news feeds, you're dialed in your Instagram profile, you're doing the content, you don't have to say a damn word. You just get that new person that you just connected with to follow you, and then they come to the conclusion that you're credible, that you're good at what you do. See, let me ask you this. Is it more powerful when you tell someone how credible you are, or if they come to that conclusion themselves? Which one's more powerful? Obviously, it's when they decide for themselves, when they arrive at the conclusion that you're credible and that you are an authority and you're good at what you do and you know what the fuck you're talking about. When they decide that, that's burned into their brain forever. If you try telling them those things, the opposite happens. They think you're a clown. One thing you need to do for 2023, here's a random thought, avoid looking like a clown. If you can avoid looking like a fucking clown, you'll probably win. You'll probably grow your business. Like it's amazing how many agents look like clowns on a regular basis, not just on social, but in real life. You know, you handing out business cards, you put business cards on the fucking windshields of cars at the movie theater, for God's sakes. It's like writing your name and number on the bathroom stall at a rest area. That's the business equivalent. So don't be Seabass on Dumb and Dumber writing your name and number and for a good time be here. Don't do that shit. That makes you look like a clown. That diminishes your credibility. That hurts you. In a year like 2023 where it's supposed to contract, there will be fewer homes sold. A lot of agents are going to leave. Those of you who do the right things will fucking flourish. You will flourish because your competitors are going to go away. They're going to just fade out. You're going to start getting more listings because you're a professional. You're going to be building your credibility. New people are going to follow you. You're going to be meeting new people and having deeper, impactful conversations and building your database. Not building your database like, hey, if you need a realtor. No, just building your database of people you know and people who know you. And then they follow you on social. And then they start looking through your profile and they're like, oh shit, they just did a video on how if you pay your debt down, you can actually hurt your credit score. So you should probably talk with a lender before you pay off your debts if you plan on buying a house anytime in the future. Interesting. And now they learned something. Most people don't know that shit. I just did a video about that on Instagram the other day. I'm amazed at the response. Most of you guys know that, but I'm also amazed at how few ever thought to communicate that to the public. So the video is doing very well. So anyways, then they see a video like that on your newsfeed or on your profile and they're like, oh, that's cool. Now they're like, wow, that person that I just met, wow, like, I can't believe I just met that person, right? They feel like they're meeting somebody who's a teacher. You're credible. You're an authority figure, right? When you do that day after day, over and over, doing that for a month, doing that for 3 months, 6 months, over a whole year through all of 2023, you're going to come out the other end of 2023 with a much bigger database, with much more credibility with your database. You're going to be closing a shitload more deals. And here's what's cool. 2024, according to Lawrence Yun from NAR, he's their chief economist over at the National Association of Realtors. Not realtors. No. You have to say realtors. Yes. Not douchey at all. Realtors. Yeah. Don't get me started on that. But there's a random thought. Realtors. So you realtors, not real udders. There's no udders in what there are no udders in our profession. Okay. Except for utter fucking disappointments and utter clowns. Okay. Lawrence Yun predicts 2024 will see a massive rebound. So here's what's happening. 2023 is going to be a down year. Okay. A contraction. Does that mean that all these people, they're just like, fuck homeownership. I have no desire to buy a property. No desire to start investing in real estate. Don't care. I'm just not going to do it anymore. No, there's pent up demand. They're waiting for better conditions. They're waiting for mortgage rates to come down. They're waiting for the market conditions to improve in their eyes so that they can jump in. So there's all this pent up demand. So once interest rates do start coming down, once inflation is finally curbed, whenever that is, we're going to see all these people, even if rates come down 1%, they're going to be like, I'm in. They're going to lock their rate. They're going to go shopping. They're going to buy a house because there's all this pent up demand. So Lawrence Yun believes 2024, we're going to see a huge rebound, and it could be like a post-COVID rebound. It absolutely could be. Remember, there was a few months there during COVID. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. We're like, are we all going to die? Is this Ebola? Is it worse? There's a video of somebody dropping dead in the streets of China. Oh my God. And then can't do open houses. Nope. Can't even show houses. Some states, some municipalities would not let you do business. You could not be a real estate agent outside of Zooms and conversations. You couldn't go see houses. So there were those few months. And if you live in certain areas, usually on the coast, it was longer than a few months, unfortunately. But after some clarity came to the situation, after we kind of figured out what was happening and some rules got changed and updated, the market came roaring back. I believe it will happen in a similar way. It'll come roaring back, possibly 2024. But if you're not building the right foundation now, your 2024, you probably have a good year, but what if you could have had a great year and you could be one of the top agents in your market? What if you could be making literally 10 times as much money as you are today? If you're making 100K a year, you could be making $1 million. I want you to check yourself right now. When I said make $1 million a year, what was your reaction to that? Be honest with yourself here. When I said that you as a real estate agent could soon be making $1 million per year net, you'll be actually taking home $1 million a year. What was your reaction? Was it one of, I can't do that? Or was it like, fuck yeah, I'm excited. I know I can do it. I know I'm capable of it, but I just need to get there. Maybe you're impatient. You know you can get there, but you're impatient because you want to be there today. Totally fine. But you need to really check how you reacted to that, because that first reaction, that gut reaction, that subconscious reaction is everything, because that is what's steering the ship. That voice is driving you every single day behind the scenes, subconsciously, without you really knowing that it's happening. So if you reacted positively to that, fuck yeah, good job. Keep reading positive books. Keep listening to uplifting podcasts. Keep associating with people who are a step or 2 or 3 or 20 ahead of you. Keep leveling up. Same advice for those of you who had a negative reaction, who had one of doubt and pessimism and like, oh, $1 million a year. It's the same formula. You've got to change your thinking. Now, if you walk away from this podcast knowing that mentally you're broken a little bit, you have this mental fuck happening that is limiting your growth, it's a huge win. Being aware of the problem is a huge start. Guys, I don't know, as far as the social media platforms, like what's going to be the next big platform? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok? Is it YouTube Shorts? I don't know. That's why I'm putting content on literally all of them. Maybe it's LinkedIn. Maybe Twitter comes roaring back now that Elon's tinkering around and making a bunch of changes. I don't know. Maybe he kills it. I have no idea. That's why you put content everywhere. So I believe short form video, aka TikToks, Reels, YouTube Shorts, short videos, in 2023, it's going to be so much more important to develop the skill of being concise with your words. Rather than taking 90 seconds to deliver a message, figure out how you can say it in 25 seconds. Rather than taking 45 seconds, how can you say it in 20? If you can master the art of being concise and to the point, you can do very, very well on social. You can do very well. And your energy is part of it. Have you noticed how I talk with my hands a lot? For me, that's how I get my energy out there. Okay, that's how, like, if I had to sit on my hands, I would just talk louder and I'd sound weird. Like, my body language to me is a huge part of the energy. And it's subconsciously, you see the energy that I speak with on all my videos. Now, could I have more energy? Yup, probably. Could all of you? Yup, probably. Do what you need to do to increase that shit. If you need to go jump around and do jumping jacks or push-ups or listen to Slipknot or, some other crazy like Skrillex shit, do that. Do that before you start recording a video. It helps. It really, really helps. Guys, this next year is a blessing. This market shift is a blessing that is happening for you, whether you understand that, whether you appreciate that, even if you don't necessarily agree with that, this is happening for you. And I hope that you decide that that's true for you. I hope you decide that you are the right person in the right place at the right time, doing the right things, ready to attack this gift that was just given to you. It is a gift. And for those of you who decide that that's the case, you're going to have a great 2023. You're going to thrive, and you're going to build a foundation for once this does rebound, once we do go back to a bull market, once we do get back on, growth mode for years, you are going to absolutely dominate. You're going to be living a life that right now you probably can't really imagine. And it all starts with a decision. It all starts with a mental foundation. It all starts with asking yourself the tough question. What do you want to do, and why aren't you there yet? Interesting. I ask myself that question a lot. I usually don't like the answer. But you know what happens when I don't like the answer? It gets me to take action. It gets me off my ass. It gets me doing shit. If you're looking for a cheat code for this next year, for 2023, okay, look, you can either beat your head against the wall, trying to figure this stuff out, taking your sweet time, take all of 2023 trying to figure out how to do videos the right way, how to optimize your Google My Business listing so you start showing up, for free when people search for realtors in your area. You could take a whole year to do that, or you could just pay someone to do it, or you could pay for the education on how to do it. You could have someone hold your hand through it. I mean, you could take a year and a half to figure out how to run Facebook ads effectively, like I did. I was too damn stubborn and cheap to hire a coach or take a course, which was by far dramatically more expensive. Guys, take a course, hire a coach. For the love of God, if you guys have been listening to my podcast, like if you've listened to more than 2 of these episodes and you're not a member of the Massive Agent Society, I question your seriousness. Now look, maybe that sounds self-serving. I really don't give a fuck because I know the impact that the group and what we teach, I know the impact that has on agents, on their personal profitability, on their family, on their health, on their happiness. No joke, no exaggeration. I see what it's doing for our members. I see what they are doing in their communities. I see what's happening in their careers, in their lives. I see their income doubling and tripling. I see their fulfillment going through the roof. I see them becoming healthier and happier and more energetic. All of these things are happening. We have a cheat code. And if you have been listening to more than a few of these episodes and you're not in the society, I'm not questioning your intelligence. That's not right. Because I've done a poor job of expressing just how powerful the group is. If you want to learn about it, if you want the details, if you're like, that sounds great, tell me about it. Cool. MassiveAgentSociety.com. www.massiveagentsociety.com. Go check it out. Go watch the video. Go read the testimonials. Go watch the testimonial videos. Go see what it's all about. Join the group. We have a 30-day frozen like guarantee, meaning you can basically try the thing out for free. You can join the group, try it for free, no risk. If after 30 days, if you wouldn't jump butt ass naked into a frozen lake to stay in the group, we'll just give you your money back. Simple as that. It's not for everybody. It's for those who want to do and those who want the cheat code and just like, hey, tell me what to do, how to do it right now, and I'll fucking do it. And you know you have some work to do mentally. That's who it's for. Agents that want to go from A to Z, not from A to B. Agents that want to go from selling 10 homes a year to 50. Agents that want to go from selling 20 homes a year to 100. Let's 5X. Okay, one of our members, Nikki, she got 9 deals under contract in 45 days after she joined the group. Another one of our agents got his first client ever as a brand new agent within 2 weeks. Interesting. Success leaves clues. I highly recommend and urge you to go join our group, be a part of it. It is an amazing culture. You get access to me unlike anywhere else. And we're just getting started. Hope we see you there. MassiveAgentSociety.com. Guys, thank you so much for listening this week. Please go do. And if you found this episode valuable, please share it with somebody. Please share it with somebody in the industry. Share it with your broker, a team leader, team member, an agent you're connected with on social. Help us to spread the word. Help us to have a deeper impact on more agents. And I'll keep coming back every week with a new episode. Appreciate the hell out of you guys. Take care.